Good morning. Here's a mountain dog over here on this side, Casper on this side. We're gathering for coffee with Casper. Here we are. We're up on YouTube, I believe. Don't got any notice yet, but we'll see. Coffee with Casper is live. There we go. Good morning, good morning. We are glad you are here. We're gathering for coffee with Casper. Here's the Casper breeder. He's going to knock my mic off today. He's trying to knock the mic. Get in the picture. Where's everybody? There's everybody. Where's Mountain Dog? Where's Mountain Dog? You go. See the Mountain Dog over here? There's the Mountain Dog over there. They're both here. We're gathering together for a Tuesday morning coffee with Casper. Let me know where you are. Say good morning. We're glad to see you this morning. Here we go. Up and running. It's already translating for us. Isn't that good? One more minute, we're going to gong ourselves in. Let me know it. Good morning from Palm Desert. Good to see you this morning. Good morning from Hollywood. It was good to see you this morning. The troops are gathering. Here we go. Beautiful, glamorous Hollywood. There we go, there we go. Running right along. Good morning from Georgetown, Texas. You enjoying your life returning to the old country? Yay, well, we're glad you're having a great time out there. You and your beautiful family. All right. Here we are. It's 8:30. We're going to gong ourselves in. And you'll let me know where you are and what's happening as we go. Today is a new day. Good morning from Boise. Good to see you this morning. Okay, here we go. Everybody take a deep breath in. Let's let out the sound. And let that relaxation ride on the vibration of the gong. Another big deep breath in. Let it sound Relax your shoulders. Let your energy come up into your heart center. And here we go. 20 minutes. Good morning from Eureka. Aloha from Eureka. Angelica Jane, nice to see you this morning. Good to see everybody this morning. So here we go. It's spring. It's May. Very often, May is referred to as the mystical month of May. Obviously, it's the dawn of summer. We're getting toward the end of spring, heading toward the equinox, but it's certainly mid-spring, and the weather here in Southern California is still a little cool for this time of year and going back and forth. Good morning from North Carolina. Good to see you. Good morning from Albuquerque this morning. So here's where we are. We're in a place, certainly if you're reading the news, and we recommend small amounts of it. It doesn't change that rapidly. We know there's a war. We know there's a pandemic. We know all of the things in the world. And we also know, as light workers gathering, that the light is greater. The light of love is greater than all of the miscreations in the world. And what's evolving in our time, and I would say in our time, meaning what we could see in the next decade, is the releasing a lot of these miscreations. Certainly if you've seen any of the images out of the Ukraine, the wanton destruction is just so inappropriate in this age when we should be able to move into our higher selves and find the interconnectivity of things and work with it. And that's really what we want to talk about today, because I'm Harry Morgan Moses. You're watching Coffee with Casper. Casper, come up, say hi again. Come on up, say hi. Come on. Everybody didn't see you. There you go. There's Casper. And he's hanging out. The Goldens are hanging out. And we're hanging out today to see what we might do to bring more light, more love, more joy, more wisdom, more peace, and more good into our lives. And here is where what we're really realizing is that we understand in the world stage, humanity is now being called to live by universal ethics These universal ethics are transcendent of all religions and very often include all of the mainstays in the religion if we don't go off to the sides. What we see is the world religions are calling for beingness. Buddhism calls for suchness of being. The Western traditions have called toward peace on earth and goodwill toward all humanity. And it doesn't matter how we break them up. There is only one life. That life is the same. Energy and matter are equal and interchangeable. We're at a new time where we're introducing not sectarian ethics, but universal ethics, the ones that belong to all people. There's a call happening for all of us to love everyone at the same level that we love ourselves. And that also is a call, as you can see, to find the deepest love and appreciation that you can every day for your own life, for your own unique individuality, for the gifts that you are bringing forth into the world as a light worker. We're all realizing that the light workers are those who are aware of the interconnectivity of all life, aware of the famous John Donne poem that we've cited many times, if a clod is lost, then I am the lesser. Everything is connected. The butterfly effect, you can Google that. If a butterfly flaps its wings in China, it's affecting the quantum reality and possibility of things. So who you are is very, very important. The fact that you have woken up to the truth that you belong to life and that you are interconnected to life. Energy and matter are equal and interchangeable. I am energy and I am matter, and I am that uniqueness of life. That I am has been ordained by energy itself, by source itself, by creator itself. And now we need to unfold, discover the glory of who and what I am. And so, yes, that means to fall in love with yourself, to fall in love with the love that's moving through you, and know that that force is the right and good thing. And here's where we as light workers can do our part. Because it does no good for us to join into the suffering. It does no good for you to suffer in order to save somebody else. What does happen is the higher you can vibrate, the more you can find your passions about life, the more you can bring those passions forward joyously and enthusiastically to all that you encounter in your world. Not only your friends and loved ones and families, but everybody that you encounter in the world, to be that place where love is flowing down. Here in California, there's a lot of vehicles, a lot of cars, a lot of traffic. It's pretty famous for that. And through this COVID and through all of the mental imbalance, because people have not had the chance to discover themselves, to fall in love with themselves, there's a tremendous amount of road rage and upsetness on the road. And I have noticed, of course, changing lanes or one thing or another, that sometimes people get really, really aggressive. And what I do is I just move on to the next opportunity. I don't allow myself to get involved in some kind of competition about sharing the road. There's plenty of road, and there's a way for me to get to where I'm going easily and gracefully without having to worry about the upsetness of other people or engage myself in becoming upset because other people become upset. And that's, of course, what we're talking about. Universal ethics says peace always wins, that nonviolence is a choice. And the deeper you live with nonviolence, the deeper you see the power of peace that you have as a light worker in the world. The decision to work with yourself, to not be violent, to calm yourself down when you feel that animal nature kick in, by breathing, taking that big breath, by reminding yourself of your I am presence, by reminding yourself that you're connected to all of life. This is how. Good morning from Arizona. Good morning from upstate Carolina, South Carolina. Good morning from Albuquerque. Oh, and North Carolina. Nice to have everybody on board tonight. Nice to see you this morning. So here's the good news. We can choose to be an instrument of peace. We can choose to be an instrument of love and to work on that love in ourselves, for ourselves, and the love that comes from us. It's a wonderful opportunity to start realizing that, yes, it's wonderful to be loved, but you can look at the love that's coming from you and know what kind of enthusiasm you're bringing to the world. So here's the short version of where we're going this morning. This is Coffee with Casper. I'm Harry Morgan Moses. What we ask you to do, if you find anything valuable in our 20 minutes together, that you share this video on all the different LinkedIn, YouTube, we're on Facebook, call people to it, link people to it, remind people that there's positive ideas that can help us every week as we move forward to bring forth a world that works for everyone, to bring forth the dawning of a new age. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius, to bring forth into manifestation this idea where peace will guide the planet and love will steer the stars. This is our right, this is correct, this is the new humanity and the new earth that's being birthed through the Lightworkers' presence. And now here we go back to math. We are guessing that in terms of enlightened people on the planet, I mean people actually aware that there's no such thing as a different, disconnected anything, and that the law of the circle is the creative law and the superseding law of life. In other words, what's coming from me is returning to me. What's coming from my thoughts and attitudes and ways of being is returning to me as my experience. And the more I adjust my thoughts and attitudes and ways of being toward inclusiveness, toward being an instrument of love, toward being a place where the qualities of eternality, of harmony itself, peace and love and joy and wisdom and freedom and poise and grace and magnificence and glory and joy and laughter, these things are the enthusiasm that we bring to life. Now, what we know is approximately 2% of the 7.89 billion people on the planet, approximately 2% are aware of the interconnectedness of all life, are aware of the law of the circle, the law of mind, the law of karma, by whatever name you call it, recognizing that their personal conscious awareness is what's determining the shape of their lives. That makes us a small group of people. However, 2% of 8.9 billion is 160 million. So imagine if 160 million souls all began to synchronize together. And we've never seen that. We've seen global meditations that include thousands, perhaps millions of people, but we've never seen 160 million people interconnect themselves in life, in the givingness to life, what's coming from them as a positive, encouraging, loving, grateful presence. And that's what you and I can be, a positive, loving, encouraging, and grateful presence in the world. And so here's where our adjustment is this week. I will not be with you next week live. I'll be back in 2 weeks, going off to New York City to share some love and to get some inspiration. And we'll be back. And I know Mother's Day is coming, and what we know is that the understanding of the value of the divine feminine in the world is coming forth in a new way. So we want to work on our highest levels of love, our highest levels of appreciation, our highest levels of inclusiveness, and that means simply invest in the best. Invest your time and energy in the best parts of your life. Bring forth those moments of joy, those moments of recognizing your belongingness, those moments of connectedness, those moments of appreciation, those moments of noticing how deep is the love that you have is in the world. You notice that. We all begin. Good morning from Baja. All right, we're all over the place today. Nice to see you, Reverend Les. We've got some great, wonderful spiritual teachers gathered with us to hear. And what we know is anything that we share here is yours. It's yours to share, it's yours to use, it's yours to create with, and together we are creating something wonderful. People like us gathering on shows like this, on connections like this, where the light workers are coming together to remember who they are, to practice the presence of being the place of love and joy on the earth, in the earth, as the earth, with the earth, for the earth, and all humanity, to align ourselves with the light. I came from the light. I have put on a coat of skins, and I return to the light. And I will, while I am here as light in the coat of skins, I will bring more life. And I will bring more light, and I will bring more joy, and I will bring more happiness, and I will bring more love. And I will purpose myself to find it in my life today. So here's the practice this week. The practice is invest in your best. Find the stuff that you like the best and invest yourself in it. If it's hiking, if it's nature, if it's boats, if it's mountains, if it's deserts, if it's family, if it's friends, if it's hanging out, if it's communicating, whatever is your passion, do it. Get by your passions. Follow your passions. Get yourself engaged in your passions. Invest in your best stuff, but don't do it alone. Invest in your best stuff with the divine, in the divine, as the divine, for the divine. Invest in the joy of your own life in order to bring more of that joy forward. Yes? And this is what's needed, is across these 160 million light workers that are waking up on the planet, we need each one to invest in their enthusiasm about life itself, because that enthusiasm about life will bring peace, will bring love, and we will create a wave that will overwhelm the miscreations of war and selfishness and greed and hoarding. It's time to release this attachment to things. Everybody can enjoy everything on the planet, and nobody can keep any of it. We are here to use it, to take advantage of it, to participate in it, and to give appreciation for it, and then look for the next good thing that's coming our way. I'm in it, as it, for it, with it, and looking for the next good thing that's coming my way. So I want to go back to an affirmation that comes from the philosopher Ernest Holmes, one of the great light workers of the last century. And this is it's so simple. It's simple words, but we need to put ourselves behind the words. So let us remember them together. Here it goes. Good and more good is mine. I invite you to repeat that after me. We're going to go through these together. Good and more good is mine. And ever-increasing good is mine. There is no limit to the good which is mine. Everywhere I go, I see this good. I see it right now, looking at all the people talking to me from all over, from New York. Welcome from New York. We're headed out to New York this week. We'll be on the Big Island. This is ours to do, good and more good, to feel it, to let it crowd yourself against me, to realize that we have to open our tolerance up for good. So good, everywhere I go, I see this good, I feel it. It crowds itself against me, and I open myself up, and it flows through me, and it expresses in me, and multiplies itself around me. Good and more good is mine. There is no limit to the good that is mine, and ever-increasing good is mine. Everywhere I go, I see this good. I feel it. I experience it. It crowds itself against me. It flows through me, and it multiplies itself around me. And I'm allowing that to happen. I'm investing in my best and most passionate things. I am awakening myself to my own joy of living. The joie de vivre, the French say. Yes, the joy of living. And each one of us who is an awakening light worker in the world must dig deep and find that joy of living and invest that enthusiasm into the law of the circle, that it may come back to us and multiply itself around us for the benefit of each and all. We can do this. Everyone can do it. It requires that we focus the mind. You cannot allow the mind to run without a bridle. My burden is easy and my yoke is light. meaning the yoke is how we steer those mighty ox, that is the power of good within our lives. So we must yoke it. We must put a bridle on it and give it the direction of our own intention. This is my intention, to heal, uplift, inspire, and bring forth more life into the world. For myself, yes, I want to participate in more life. The joy, the joy of God as a human being fully alive and awake. St. Ignatius said, I agree, the joy of God as a human being fully alive. And let us be the ones who are becoming fully alive, and let it spread faster and more powerfully than the virus ever could, that we may heal, transcend, uplift, and bring forth more life into all humanity and the earth, and include everyone and leave out no one. It's a big call, but you're a big being. You're born in the one, as the one, for the one, with the one. You are that one. Claim your magnificence. Draw it forth from yourself. Bring it forth into your day-to-day expressions. And in this way, we are bringing peace into the human condition, because it's already in the human heart. We must bring it forth as the way of being. As Lao Tzu said, the Tao, the way to be, is to be an instrument and an avenue of self-love, huge love in the world, and therefore a harmonious peace of the one, bringing forth your unique gifts into the world and benefiting in health, in wealth, in love, and in purpose in every way. You deserve this good. This is Coffee with Casper. We're here all the time on YouTube and Facebook. Find an episode that you like. Share this episode. I'll be back in 2 weeks and we'll create a brand new episode. There's no limit to the good that we can bring, and we are the right people at the right time doing the right thing. And I know the victory is already complete. Let us be the instruments and the avenues of that victory in a world that is thirsty for the good that you can bring. Who you are is something magnificent, and until we meet again, we invite you to go in the light, as the light, and with the light. May the long-time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide you on your way. We'll see you live in 2 weeks. Stay tuned. Do your part. Invest in the best. Bye for now. Come on up, Casper. Say goodbye. Come on up. Say goodbye. Come on up. There he is. There he is. There's the guys. Good to be with you all. Lots of love. See you soon. Thanks for sharing.